Okay, well, we are back right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before it was months between. This time 2 weeks.
Yeah, a big dry spell, and then, God, what, 2 weeks ago?
It was 2 weeks ago
Yeah.
today. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Just lined up perfectly to have Sunday off, and here we are. So another episode of InTOXICated Masculinity.
Yes. We'll try a couple more new beers that we've never had before. Give
Yeah.
our opinion.
Two new beers.
Yeah.
And we got cover band versus original songs or whatever, stuff like that.
Remakes versus the original. Yeah.
Yeah. And other small little topics.
Sure.
And we can actually start right away with, because I want a beer.
I want a beer too.
I'm thirsty. It's freaking hot out. It's like 115 starting next week.
Yeah, I saw 111 on Monday or Tuesday,
Yeah.
and then it's going to keep getting worse.
Gradually going up. Yeah. I'm not ready.
Yeah.
Well, have never been ready for our 110, 115 weather. And so this one that we're currently pouring is, what is it called here again?
Lab Flask from Equilibrium.
Yeah, Equilibrium out of New York, correct?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, we tried this brewery in the last podcast for the first time.
But I think we've had Equilibrium like years ago or something like that.
We might have,
like
yeah.
595 or something.
Probably.
But it's a double IPA, and so it runs at 8.5 APV.
That's up there.
And yeah, and
I like it. I like the smell.
There's no description on the can as
Yeah,
far
it's kind
as
of a boring can.
Yeah.
That's right.
Maybe like a citrus or something, right? Or pine, something.
Yeah, I like this one. Easy a 3.75.
And just remember, if you are a beer drinker, always use Untapped.
Yes.
That way you can check in, get your badges, and stay connected with other alcoholics, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, there's somebody that I follow on here, and he does 5 or 6 beers a day.
Oh.
Easy. And those aren't tasters. Those are pints that we're talking here.
This will be a taster.
Yes, it will.
595.
As soon as we find it here, so Lab Flask. And you got this at 595. Yeah. And again, like I said, out of New York. So not sure how widely available around like the Midwest or West Coast or whatever, but I'm assuming you could probably find it in California and maybe like Texas or something. But
probably. I got the 2 times level 16.
Ooh, okay. Nice. So just one badge.
Yeah.
And 595 checked in. And you gave it a 3.75?
Yeah, it's pretty good beer.
Yeah, not too bad. I actually like it too. Yeah, I think we don't agree so much. We've
had differences on beer taste, that's for sure.
Yeah. But I would say a 3.75.
There you go.
Yeah, pretty spot on that one. Okay, so...
If we were Cisco and Ebert, it would be 2 thumbs up.
And you would be the fat one.
Okay, I'll take
Yeah,
that.
okay.
Yeah. You'd be the bald one.
Okay. All right. So what I'm just going to, since we're just enjoying a beer here, one of the things that came across my, I get random Google news things or whatever, and it's some kind of study that says drinking beer can be good for you. They're saying 1 beer a day, so you can't be a big lush. And,
no, of course not.
No, but comes out of Portugal for health technology and service research, They studied men between 23 and 58, and
We fall in that category.
yeah. And here's the thing too: is that it says that they asked them to drink a bottle of beer a day for a month. Where were we for this?
I know.
Yeah, it's like let's get this study going here in the United States. It's
Yeah, I'd volunteer for that.
You'll probably get paid for this too. So you're getting paid, and I'm assuming they're giving you maybe some kind of alcohol credit or something. Like they'll probably give you an additional, I don't know, $100 to buy a beer every day or whatever. And let's see what else it says here. It says at the end of the 4 weeks, there was an increase in diversity of microorganisms that are present in the intestines and the richness of these microorganisms. That's
Easy for you to say.
yeah, exactly. And it says that, and this is normally associated with the beneficial health outcomes with a decreased risk of disease, type 2 diabetes, and others sort of like obesity. God, I can't even speak. Obesity.
How many of these beers you have today?
None, because I'm out. Like I have a couple stouts in the fridge that I'm not crazy about, and they've been in there since COVID. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but and then the one beer I was saving for you, and then the beer for our podcast. So it's like, I gotta hold off. But yeah, so hey, at least a beer a day.
All right.
And this went on for a month. So
no wonder I'm so healthy.
Exactly. You're not overweight.
No.
You don't have type 2.
I'm a little flabby here, but yeah.
But you don't have type 2 diabetes.
Right.
So hey, the beer's working.
Yeah.
But they flip-flopped. I think I remember a couple years ago they're saying, drinking any type of alcohol is bad for you. Just like remember how they flip-flopped on movie theater popcorn, how they're saying, hey, it's healthy for you, and then what was it, like 6 months, a year later, they're saying, it's extremely bad for you. Even if if it's plain and so God, I mean, one day it's good for you, and then the next it's bad. So, but for right now, a beer a day, is healthy.
As I say on Letterkenny, I'll have a beer.
Well, I mean, I'll just say that normally, Another little beer thing before we get into our music topic is that they came out with a list of now 21. I mean, I don't know why they just couldn't stop at 20.
Okay.
21 essential beers for the summer.
Okay.
Some of them are, but like just to briefly mention some are Dogfish Sequence Ale, which is a session sour.
Okay. Yeah.
So that really wouldn't be our thing.
Never been crazy about the sours.
Now there is one called a Cali Squeeze Blood Orange Hefeweizen.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah. Which I haven't seen this really anywhere, but it comes from California, so hopefully it's available around here somewhere. There is one called a Shiner Tex Hex Desert Mirage IPA.
Is that from Shiner Brewery?
Let me see here. It has cactus water in it, which is strange. I'm trying to see about. I don't think it lists the brewery.
Because it said Shiner in the name. That's what made me think that.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah. It has the same emblem.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Because I like their Bach and I like their Holiday Cheer. So.
They have another one that I work at a grocery store, as you know, and we just stocked a some kind of a Mexican lager, but I'm not big on Mexican lagers. Let's see, just to name a few others. The standard, a Samuel Adams Summer Ale, which...
Sam Adams are hit or miss.
Yeah.
I've had some good ones. I've had some lousy ones.
And another Dogfish one is a Lemon Quest wheat brew type of beer. Never mind. Non-alcoholic. Why
we just found out alcohol is good for us.
Yeah.
Now they're pulling that. Oh, jeez.
I know. One that was last year, I can't remember if I tried this, Laguntas Daytime. I think I've had the daytime one before.
I've had the regular IPA. I think that's about it I've had from that brewery.
And it's a low carb. So, come on. I mean, non-alcoholic and then like gluten-free or low carb, or it's just like, come on, give me the full-bodied beer, Let's see. Just scrolling really quick here to see if something stands out. Really nothing. This is one that we've had before, is the Purple Haze.
Yeah.
We've had that before. Raspberry Lager.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I wasn't crazy about it, if I remember correctly.
And I love raspberry, and I wasn't into that one. Let's see. Almost at the end of the list, and again, nothing really stands out. Sierra Nevada Summerfest. Got a low APV, 5% APV on that one. And let's see, where are we at here? I think, just 805.
Yeah.
Firestone Walker, which I think we had that at what baseball game?
It was either Anaheim or Dodgers. I can't remember.
I think Dodgers.
Might have been.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, because we were drinking stuff from Golden Road at Anaheim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, really, that's it. But it's nothing... Like a summer, you would want something, like refreshing. And because we've had some where it was not summer, and we're like, this would be a great summer beer, so just keep a lookout. There's some really good beers for the summer, instead of just your standard, I don't know,
I try to stay with the season. If I find something seasonal, in the fall I'm drinking the Oktoberfest stuff, for the winter holiday and winter ales,
but like they're still putting pumpkin beer out, and it's just like,
this ain't the time of the year for that.
Yeah, it's like, save it for at least September. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so what we're gonna do is both of us came up separately. We didn't really discuss this too much, but cover bands or remakes.
Remakes, yeah.
From, they could be called remakes, but like some of the artists, like when they put their stuff on YouTube or whatever, they say, hey, we're a cover band or a cover song or something like that. So, because we were in a discussion, last week with 595, and we were talking something about bad cover songs or something like that. And like, hey, let's just talk about that.
Yeah.
So I figured what we could do is go back and forth, like just mention one.
Okay.
And then there is a main one that you want to talk about, lyrical.
Oh, yeah.
So do you want to do that now, or you want to, like, at the end?
You can do it now.
Okay. So I have the lyrics. So if you want to briefly describe what we're going to talk about here.
Well, my favorite band is Queensryche, and they have a song from their Rage for Order album called Gonna Get Close to You. And I only recently found out that it was a remake, that they didn't write it. And I can remember years ago, I would listen to that song and hear the words, because it's written from the point of view of a stalker stalking some woman. And I'm just like, who wrote this? You know, this is my favorite band. Which guy wrote this? Who's the creepy guy? You know. Then I found out it was a remake, and I was like, okay, I feel a little better about it, but they still chose to sing it. You know, it's like you can read off some of these lyrics. It's creepy.
Yeah, we'll go verse by verse or line by line. And did you see the music video
for the original version?
The artist as Del Bello.
Yeah.
I
find my friend Todd, who is also a huge Queensryche fan, he's the one who posted it to Facebook, and that's how I found out that Queensryche's version was not the original. And I was
go on YouTube and look at the music video, because when you know what the lyric is or what the lines of music mean actually, and then you kind of pair it up with the music video, and you're like, okay. So at the beginning, it starts out, I like to look at shadows sweating on the wall. Okay.
Yeah.
You know? I get excited when I hear footsteps in the hall. I mean, like, yeah, the intent, you know, trying to convey the intensity of a stalker, you know. Outside your balcony, I have a room with a view, and I'm watching you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's getting creepy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I dial your telephone each and every afternoon. Okay, so you're not only watching this person, you're consecutively calling this person. I wait by your door. Okay, well, great. Till you're asleep at night. Oh, okay, so you really don't want to be, you know, like you're really trying to hide, you know. And when you're alone, I'm there when you turn out the light. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you say restraining order?
Exactly. You fumble for the keys. So now you're really pointing out the fine details, you know, of what this person is.
I'm only 6 or 7 steps behind you.
Yeah. And 6 or 7 steps behind you. I'm so close to you. Are you terrified of me? Yeah,
I would be. Yeah.
What do I know about you? How did I find out? Well, you just Google, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But back then, there's no.
Yeah, this song's from the 80s. Yeah.
You think I'm a fool or maybe some kind of a lunatic? Well, yeah. Hello.
Yeah, we're into the chorus now.
Yeah. Say I'm wasting my time, but I know what to do with it. It's as plain as black and white. Yeah. You're really breaking it down.
Yeah.
So like a chorus. So close to you. You know, I'm gonna get so close to you. If you knew my infinite charm. Oh yeah, that's probably one of your best qualities right there. Yeah, your charm. I watch and I stalk you at night, but hey,
but I'm charming.
I'm charming. Yeah. So if you knew my infinite charm, there'd be no reason to be alarmed. Oh well, you know.
It's all okay now.
So that just like you could be stalking this person and watching them and whatever. And it's like, oh, he's charming. I'm going to forgive him. Like,
but
you know.
think it's from the point of view of the stalker, and I'm sure that a lot of stalkers out there in their own minds are doing nothing wrong.
Oh yeah.
So that lyric makes sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like that whole thing. I hate to segue away from this a little bit. It's the whole Superman Lex Luthor thing, where Lex Luthor saw himself as the good guy and Superman as the bad guy, and like. Lex Luthor thinks he's doing nothing wrong. You know, so it's like it's that whole mentality, you know. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm some kind of a lunatic. So again, yeah, you are. You say I'm wasting all of my time, but I know what to do with it. It's as plain as black and white. So that's
pretty much the song,
Yeah. So it's an interesting song, and again, YouTube the music video, and because it's
Yeah.
if I remember right, it's like a woman taking a bath, and then he's like watching her and stuff like that. So
And it was the one Queensryche song I didn't like when I first became a fan, but it grew on me over time. Now I actually kind of like it.
okay,
Yeah.
interesting. So since that was like your main pick, I'm gonna choose something randomly here. Tears for Fears had a song called Mad World.
Okay.
And do you know the Tears for Fears version?
I mean,
have
think
you
so.
heard
I mean,
it
I've no
before?
shout, let it all out, and
Yeah.
everybody wants to rule the world. But other than that, I'm not familiar with them.
I love Tears for Fears, but I'm not big on that Mad World song.
Okay.
And I've always known, even though that I've listened to Tears for Fears in the past, I've always known Mad World as that song from Donnie Darko. Because the Donnie Darko
great
version,
movie.
yeah, oh yeah, the Donnie Darko version is by Gary Jules, and it's a guy, and it's more slowed down and more kind of haunting because it goes with the
Well, yeah,
with
for that
the
type of movie, that
Yeah.
would fit. Yeah.
And then there's a version, if you YouTube, by Jasmine Thompson. Again, she slows it down and makes it a little bit more haunting, but a lot of people like that because, like, if you look in the comments, a lot of people like
Okay.
her version. But
So was Tears for Fears the original?
yeah,
Okay.
and they did it because they did Donnie Darko in the 80s, so they pulled a couple songs from Tears for Fears, and that was the whole point of this. Gary Jules is doing his version for a very specific scene in Donnie Darko, because in the other song that's in the movie, it's the original by is it Tears for Fears? Is Everybody Wants to Rule the World? Yeah. And then that's very specific to a scene in that movie, how it links up perfectly.
Okay.
So
I'm going to have to rewatch that. It's been a while since I saw it.
I've seen it twice.
I saw it twice
maybe.
too, but both times were years ago.
So yeah, we've seen Donnie Darko twice, and watching it once, and then you have to rewatch it in order to better understand it, and
Yeah.
probably to this day still don't understand it.
No.
Yeah,
It's watch it 20 times and still be wondering what the hell's going on here, you know?
yeah, it's probably one of those movies you can do a college thesis on,
Yeah.
because it is. It's messed up. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's and Patrick Swayze's in it too.
Is he really? I don't remember that.
He's the teacher, right?
Was he? I remember Drew Barrymore had a small role.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, watch Donnie Darko.
yeah.
But
I recommend it.
so the song Mad World is a lot more haunting and has maybe even a little bit more meaning if you listen to those versions that really slow it down. And which I like a lot better than the original.
Okay.
So your turn
Okay.
for one.
Supertramp, Give a Little Bit. Very popular song, and it's been remade. I think it's been remade more than once.
Okay.
And they even used it in I think The Gap used it in one of their commercials, probably about 25 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. But the Goo Goo Dolls did a remake of it, and wasn't bad. But having worked with me for all those years, the music they play at the casino is kind of like on a loop. You get the same songs every night.
Did we get that song when I
And-
worked there?
I heard that song every day at work for about 5 years straight. and it made me so sick of it that to this day I can't listen to that song anymore.
I can't.
The Goo Goo Dolls version. I haven't heard Supertramp's version forever, but
I can't remember that any of those versions really.
yeah.
And it sucks because it'd be great to play music samples on here, but
Right.
YouTube would strike us.
Right.
So it sucks for that, but I'll have to do it after the podcast because that's just something that is just not coming into my brain right now for that song in particular. So do you prefer the remake over the original?
Initially I did, but then like I said, I just heard it so many days in a row. I just got so sick of it. And to this day, I can't listen to that song. It comes on, I want to change the station, you know?
And you got PTSD then.
Yeah.
Okay. PTSD from overplayed music. Okay. So here's another one, which again from a movie. Everybody knows from Pump Up the Volume.
Okay.
And they actually have two versions in the movie, and then there's some other small-time cover artist, I guess you want to say, and I really did not like their version of it. But the Concrete Blonde, I think, are the ones that redid it from Leonard Cohen. Leonard Cohen is more slowed down, and he has that everybody knows, how he really drops his voice. And then Concrete Blonde is more lively, I guess. And then this artist named Sigrid, it's just a YouTube cover artist, and she's more just a female, kind of. I don't know. I don't want to try to mimic her singing it, but she's just not my style. I don't know, but yeah, look it up on YouTube. Sigrid, which is S-I. Come on, phone. My phone is acting up. Jesus. Okay. Sigrid. But I like both versions of Concrete Blonde and Leonard Cohen.
Okay.
And also look up the movie Pump Up the Volume.
Yes.
Great movie.
Love that movie.
Samantha
Mathis. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. And Christian Slater.
Yeah. Right.
You know.
He's great in it too. He's a good actor.
But an awesome early 90s movie. But yeah, so that Everybody Knows actually has again, like here, you know what? Let's do this. Since we did lyrics for your Stalker song.
Yeah.
Because the lyrics of Everybody Knows, actually, you could use it as what's going on in the world right now.
Okay.
If I can spell right. Everybody Knows lyrics. Okay. So, do you remember the song?
I can't say that I do.
Okay. Everybody knows that the dice are loaded.
Okay.
Everybody rolls with their fingers crossed. Everybody knows that the war is over. Everybody knows that the good guys lost. Everybody knows the fight was fixed. The poor stay poor and the rich get rich. That's how it goes. Everybody knows. Everybody knows that the boat is leaking. Everybody knows that the captain lied. Everybody got his broken feeling like their father or their dog just died. Everybody talking to their pockets. Everybody wants a box of chocolates and a long stem rose. Everybody knows. Everybody knows that you love me, baby. Everybody knows that you really do. Everybody knows that you've been faithful. Oh, give or take a night or two. Everybody knows you've been discreet. but there were so many people you just had to meet without your clothes, and everybody knows. But just a really good song. So just imagine, because like I said, you have Concrete Blonde doing their version, and then you have Leonard Cohen, who again drops his voice, who you're like, everybody knows, and so it's just for a different take of it being done completely different, but it's so again, I like both versions from Concrete Blonde and Leonard Cohen, but then I was just randomly trying to look at cover artist, and this one Sigrid, it's just not my style. I don't know. So
I didn't have this one planned when I was doing my homework for this, but you keep mentioning movies here, and it reminded me. There's a song called "Can't Help Falling in Love with You," which was made famous by Elvis Presley way back in the day, and Corey Hart did a remake of it in the '80s that was not very good. But the version I'm referring to, if you ever saw Some Kind of Wonderful.
One time only.
Yeah. It's actually not a bad teen movie from the 80s. It was Eric Stoltz and Leah Thompson.
Yeah.
They have a version of that song at the very end when the credits are rolling. And it makes you want to put needles in your ears. It's so hideously bad.
Wow.
One of the worst songs I've ever heard.
Oh, it can't be the worst,
really? It's up there. Every time I watch that movie and that part comes on, I'm just like, oh, what is this? It is so bad. I don't know who the artist is. We would probably have to look that up, but so bad.
Again, really, really quick. Wait, give me that song again.
It's called "Can't Help Falling in Love with You," and it would be on the Some Kind of Wonderful soundtrack.
Sung by Elvis Presley. Some Kind of Wonderful by Lick the Tins. That's who it's sung by.
Yeah, I never heard of that artist. Imagine it's a band. It's a woman that sings it, and her voice is awful, and it's just a horrible rendition of the song.
All right, I'm gonna see what we can do. 5 seconds.
Okay.
Let's see if we can do this here. Oh wait, I've got an ad playing. Okay, so you said it's probably one of the worst things.
Oh, so bad.
Okay, so let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
Oh, it might be right there.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You got a little sample of it there.
All right. Okay.
It is so bad.
And again, Elvis Presley, right?
Elvis did the original, yeah. I'm not sure if he wrote it, but he did the original recording, yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Probably the worst remake I've ever heard. One of the worst songs I've ever heard. It was just,
that's what I was trying to do when I was trying to compile this list, is that I know, and I still have not found it yet, I know that there's something really, really bad that I've heard in the past, and I still can't find it, where it's just like a timeless classic, and someone tries to redo it, and they just butcher it. They just have someone else sing this, please. It's like you're doing it no justice at all. So it's my turn, right?
Okay. And chug a lug, dude. We need more beer.
Okay, Mom. God. All right, now here's one, because are you big on the Beatles?
I like the Beatles.
Like them, or just like a few of their songs like them?
I'm not a fan of their early stuff. That was kind of bubblegum teen stuff, but in their career, like the White Album, Sgt. Pepper's, I thought that was really good stuff.
I'm not really big on the Beatles.
Okay.
I'm just not. But they have a song called "Drive My Car." Mm-hmm. Do you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this music group let's see if you heard of this music group, Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
They had like one really big hit, like at the number 7 charts at a certain time or whatever.
It was a big MTV hit. I remember that. Yeah.
They had Breakfast Club did Baby or Drive My Car, but then the lyric says Baby You Can Drive My Car from License to Drive.
Right.
In the opening credits. I actually kind of like that version. Because I listened to the Beatles version, and I'm just like, just because I'm not really into the Beatles. I'm sorry, I'm just not. But I actually just kind of enjoy that version from License to Drive. So, and again, another
great 80s movie, yeah.
For the
yeah. Teens. The two Coreys.
And Terry Polo.
And Heather Graham.
Or Heather, what did I say?
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking Terry Polo. I have no clue why that name.
Yeah, it was Heather Graham.
Up.
I think that was like her first
Heather Graham.
Big role, yeah.
It was. Yeah, it was. But yeah, another 80s movies that you really
so funny. I love that movie.
I'm having voice problems right now.
You're having lots of problems.
All the time. Yeah. Okay, but
another beer?
Yeah, and then it'll be your turn for
Alrighty.
A song.
But first, we'll go. This is from New Belgium Brewery. It's their Voodoo Ranger series, Juice Force IPA. Neither one of us has ever had this. As my friend is going to get some water or something.
Yeah, I have issues here with my voice.
And I will do some pouring. And New Belgium is actually one of my favorite breweries. They are most known for Fat Tire, which we both like. And
or like that one day that you had it, and wasn't it flat?
Yeah.
Where was that at?
That was at Slice of Vegas, the pizza place down on the strip that I like.
That's right.
And I was so disappointed that day. I got there, the beer was flat, and they don't sell pizza by the slice in the restaurant no more, only to go. So I ended up getting some pasta dish that was just okay. Really turned me off in that place. I don't really want to go back now. Used to be one of my favorite places to go. Yeah.
I went one time when we went with hockey.
It was after the Knights game, yeah.
Yeah. Did you mention 9.5?
Really, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
9.5. And this is in the
You're
bigger...
trying to get me drunk.
Yeah, so I can have my way with you or something. But this is in a bigger Colt 45 thing or whatever. I don't know. But yeah. So, we've had, I don't know how many...
I like it a lot.
Yeah. I don't know how many Voodoo Rangers we've had because
so many versions of it. Yeah,
we had that one during COVID, 1985, right?
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, that was a really good one. And then they've had, I think they try to come out with different versions of Voodoo Ranger, at least 3 or 4 a year, or something crazy like that. So what would you give this one?
I think I'm going 4.25.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this a hazy, right?
This is a hazy. I just found it on here. Gets a 3.97 on tap, so I'm not alone in liking this one.
I'm thinking 3.75.
Okay.
Yeah. Taster. There, Untapped.
Taster U, Untapped.
Or wait, Albertsons.
Oh, Albertsons. Dang it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you know where I work.
Yeah.
Great. So yeah. So I got it at work. We had these on sale. So $2.50 for whatever size that is. Yeah.
I got Taster Please level 10.
Taste her or
yes.
taste
both?
Okay. I believe in IPA level 49. Land of the Free level 99.
Oh, you're right there.
I'm right there. It caps out.
Taps out at 100.
At
all of them,
100.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a sad thing, because like if you're continuously getting that badge, it'd be nice if they would roll it over and just keep it going, you know. But yeah, they stop it at a certain level.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's your turn for
Okay.
for another song.
So when I was growing up, I have an older brother. He controlled the stereo. And one of his favorite bands back in the day was The Who.
Who?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I became a fan through him because I got so used to hearing them all the time that they grew on me over time. And I'm a bigger fan of the stuff they did in the 70s than they did in the 60s. But, yeah, I think Quadrophenia is one of the best albums out there. But anyway, fast forward a little to the 80s, a band called Wasp.
Okay.
They're people who know them, they're very flashy and they're kind of gritty and dirty. And anyway, they did a remake of The Who's The Real Me. And I remember seeing that video on MTV, and I had to run out and buy that album because of that song. I liked it so much.
You went right out the door and...
I might have waited a day or two, but you
said, take my money.
Yeah, I wanted that album so bad, and the whole album was great, but that song might be one of my favorite remakes that I've ever heard. I like it way better than the Who's version. It's heavier, and it's just... And Blackie Lawless, the singer, his voice was just perfect for that song. So...
Okay, so here's a question before we go to continue further. So, whether you want to call another person doing the original version a cover song, a remake, whatever, what are you more inclined to accept? A song being redone or a movie being redone?
Songs.
Because
I'm okay with people covering songs.
There's
movie remakes are usually really bad.
Yeah, like really bad. Like I'm more accepting of a song either being done as a cover or as a remake or whatever. Especially if someone can take a song that could just be a standard song, or if it's being done in just a, I don't want to say flat, but just a standard way of doing it, and then like everybody knows how you could bring your voice down. It's like everybody knows, and it gives it a whole new kind of meaning to the song. And so if especially if a female can do it and do it, just do it a lot better. It's I'm more accepting of a song being redone, remade, covered. Yeah, and because it's every time that you hear about a movie being remade, rebooted,
makes me roll my eyes every time.
I'm just like, oh God. But
it's like nobody has original ideas in Hollywood anymore. That's the problem.
Yeah, but I'm always accepting and looking for new people to do new versions of a song. But you went somewhere yesterday, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll talk about that. Okay, because it just popped in my head. Okay, so I guess it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
For a song pick. And what I was doing is I was kind of doing this on my break at work, so I was kind of rushing to pick some stuff. So really, it's just a bunch of just random picks. It wasn't really trying to really pick something out, and cause I'll need more time to think about this if we're going to do a sequel to this.
Mm-hmm.
So I work at a grocery store and we play music at night. We have 3 different versions, all in the same night, of I Think I'm Alone Now.
Oh, boy.
So Tiffany. The second one is the original by...
Is it Tommy James?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then... I can't think who I can't think of the third version, but we have 3 different versions, and it's not all back to back. Like, it's all, you might not even hear 3 versions in a night, but there was one night last week. I'm like, are you kidding? I'm like 3 versions in the same night that I got it. And I was like, that's crazy, man. But I like Tiffany's version. I don't like the original. I do not like it. Now
you're admitting on a public forum that you like Tiffany.
Okay, well, you know what? There are a few artists that, and it'll come up. I'll do my next one, and then I'll explain why.
Okay.
But Tiffany, just for the fact that, yeah, she played in malls. Remember that back in the day?
Yeah, I remember.
Tiffany performed in shopping malls, but. Okay, she has a song that I like. It's not original, but it's her version that was better than the original.
Okay.
But I'm not a Tiffany fanboy.
No.
Come on now. Give me some credit. But okay, so your turn.
All right. So last night I went to see a Van Halen tribute band. And went with a few friends. There's a bar I hang out walking distance from my house. You've been there, Magoo's. And so me and 3 of the guys from there all went over together. And they were pretty darn good. The singer sounded just like David Lee Roth, and they only did the David Lee Roth Van Halen stuff. The Sammy Hagar, Gary Sharon era, they left alone. And so that comes 2 different Van Halen covers that they did. Van Halen covered You Really Got Me by the Kinks and Where Have All the Good Times Gone, also by the Kinks, I believe. And I like the Van Halen versions better. And You Really Got Me has an intro called Eruption, which is basically the guitar solo that solidified Eddie Van Halen as a guitar god. It's become iconic over the years, and that's always the intro going into You Really Got Me. So that's one of the things I like about that too.
Okay.
And just a fun little tidbit, not so much about doing remakes here, but they were introducing the band, and this band, they were called the Atomic Punks. Been around for 28 years, but not all the same members. And they said that David Lee Roth is known for stealing their guitar players for his own group when he tours. He'll go see the Atomic Punks and offer the guy a job, and he leaves the band, and they got to find a new guitar player.
Okay.
But this last time, I'm watching this guy playing guitar, and he's really young, where the lead singer looks like he's been around for 28 years performing. And they stole him from David Lee Roth. So they turnabout is fair play, I got a big kick out of that.
That's great.
Yeah.
So great night then.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
That's good.
They were good.
I was supposed to go, but work calls.
Yeah, stupid job.
I know. I was looking forward to kind of going out and just live music. Because I think it's been a while for me. Has it?
Yeah. As far as going to like Vamped, or any concert.
When was the last time? Vamped, right?
We saw the Iron Maidens there. That was at least a year, maybe about a year ago. Yeah.
Iron Maidens was...
That was last fall, so not quite a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was at least 1 or 2 good-looking females, right?
Yeah, it was the all-female version of Iron Maiden.
But I mean, we were pointing out, like...
Yeah, there were... Yeah.
Okay.
I remember.
Okay. So... let me... I thought I Please tell me I wrote this down. I guess I didn't. No, I didn't write this. I didn't write it down. Okay. So, actually here, let me look it up really quick here. I just remembered what it is now. Maisie Star.
Oh yeah.
What is the song now?
Fade Into You or something?
Fade Into You.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're both fans of that song, yeah.
Now, I discovered her first.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, hey, you
Yeah.
got to check this out. And Miley Cyrus does a version of this. Now, okay, here's the thing about Miley Cyrus is that I'm not a Miley Cyrus fan, so that's why I was trying to explain about like Tiffany.
Mhm.
I'm not a Tiffany fan, but okay, she'll produce something that I enjoy. So like with Miley Cyrus, that she was under the control of Disney, and she thought of a strategic way to get out of Disney's grasp, let's say. And so she finally went her own way, and so I have respect for her for that.
Okay.
But she did. Now she just had, what was it, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe, surgery. Was it her lymph nodes? Something
Okay.
vocally in her throat that she had to have surgery on. And if you YouTube certain interviews and singing performances, she'll start to sound like that actress Kathy Moriarty. Do you know who she is?
Yes.
So yes, that actress Kathy Moriarty, where she's got a very deep voice for a female, and that's what's starting to happen with Miley Cyrus is that she's getting very like a baritone, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, but before that, she was performing "Fade Into You" by Mazzy Star.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I mean, I love Mazzy Star's version.
It's a
yeah.
great song. I love it, yeah.
But Miley Cyrus actually does it justice. Like, she really does.
I'll have to YouTube that.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Then there is, let's see. Let's see if I can look this up really quick here. Yeah. So there's this I don't know, like, I hate to say that she's actually labored herself as a cover artist.
Okay.
I kind of hate to label her like that, but she does a version of "Fade Into You,"
Yeah.
and she does it extremely well. And she actually, and I'll go through some of the songs that she covers, and she does each one
Okay.
extremely well.
So I got a question about it, because what I love about Mazzy Star's version is the tempo of it, and it creates a mood. Do these other versions have that?
She okay, this cover performer on YouTube, she's called I My 2. So IMY the number 2.
Okay.
Every song that she does it exactly like how it's performed.
Okay.
So she's not changing the tempo, she's not lowering her voice, she's not doing it as a pop version, she's not doing it as what.
Okay.
She's, again, I'll list these songs and then I'll explain with each song, but like let's see if I'm going to see if I can sample this really quick. Might not be able to, but I'm going to take that chance.
Ooh, we're being rebels now.
Yeah. You know, this conversation would go so much better if we can just sample stuff,
Mm-hmm.
either comment on it or make fun of it or like
Exactly.
this is why it sucks. This is why it's great. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see if I can get a snippet really quick. Right here. No, let's go. She's singing. Okay, come on.
Way to go.
We don't need guitar.
Okay, yeah.
So
I like that.
So you see how she's almost
mimicking?
yeah, I was just about to say mimicking, but she's almost doing it exactly.
Yeah.
Like vocally, the range, and she does that with every song. Like
And just the few seconds I heard, I got the mood.
Yeah.
Yeah, she captured it.
So here, let me list off. I'm not going to list off every song that she's done, but she's done so much, and the almost I hate to say mimic. I really do, but almost down to the exact way it should be.
Mm-hmm.
She does Guns N' Roses' "Sweet Child of Mine."
Okay.
Really good.
Okay.
It's really good.
Classic song.
Yeah. Let's see. And she's still. When was her recent? 2 weeks ago. So she's still doing stuff. This isn't like she years ago and hasn't updated. She still produces stuff, and she's all over the place. So like 6 months ago, she's done some Christmas versions of some songs, and then like she'll do. She won't like. She's all over the place, you know. So, let's see. I'm trying to think of someone's or think of some versions. Sorry for the dead air here.
Yeah, she's reminding me of somebody I'm a fan of. Her name is Mariah Formica, and she's known for doing YouTube cover songs too. And she now is the lead singer of an all-female rock band called Plush.
Okay.
And I'm a big fan of this girl. She can sing. What a voice. Look her up if you're watching this. Mariah Formica. Either the Plush stuff or the covers she's done. You won't be disappointed.
Sixpence None the Richer.
Mm-hmm.
She does their version of Kiss Me.
Mm-hmm.
And so she also has, it's just not her. She has a guitarist and one other person doing an instrument. So they're actually really getting the same sheet music. They're doing the exact way it should be played.
Okay.
Here, let's see if we can do. Okay, so again, I'm going to see if we can get away with this.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
Sounds like the original.
yeah, so you see how they have the bass and they have the guitar that are doing the exact way it should be played. She's almost matching the vocal, the range and everything. There's actually quite a bit that I'm actually like. I may not like the original, or even give it a second thought. But like her versions are like maybe making me want to see what the original is. But I'm kind of like, she's good. Like she matches a lot of the vocal range that it should be. I'm trying to find one more here so you know. Let's see here. She does an Amy Winehouse called Valerie.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with that song.
I know Amy Winehouse, but I'm not that familiar with her music.
So the other song that I was looking for by I Might Too is the Cranberries' Dreams.
Yeah.
And so just look her up. Again, she's just trying to not do her own style. She's doing it exactly how it should be performed. So yeah, check her out. She's got stuff from up to like 5 years ago. And some of it is just like random videos, but a good majority is her doing performances. So yeah, check it out.
All right.
And
I'm going to do one more.
one more.
One more. I got one more that's kind of itching at me to talk about, and that is recently on Hulu they released a show called Pistol, which is about the Sex Pistols. And I watched it, and I thought it was fantastic. I thought they did a great job. The casting was great. And it kind of got me really curious about the Sex Pistols. I've always known about them, knew a couple of their songs, but that show got me... It made me fascinated by them, even though musically I don't think they're that great. So I went on YouTube, and I'm looking up everything I can find on the Sex Pistols, and I'm watching all this stuff. And what fascinates me is they were these, Sid Vicious, although he wasn't the original bassist, he's most known for that, and Johnny Rotten, the lead singer, and Steve Jones, the guitar player. They were basically these punk kids out of London that had no future. We all went to high school with these kids that you knew were going nowhere. That's who the Sex Pistols were. And they created a genre of music, the punk. They revolutionized the punk movement and are legends because of it. And they had little to no musical talent. They sucked.
Yeah.
But yet, to this day, they're legends. And that's what fascinated me about them. And probably their most known song is Anarchy in the UK. And two different bands covered that, Megadeth and Motley Crue. Now, Megadeth did a kick-ass version of it. They made it heavier and grungier, and it was just... I listened to that all day long. Megadeth's version kicks ass. Motley Crue, who I'm a big fan of, anyone that knows me knows I love the Crue. Their version sucked.
Okay.
They butchered it. They only did it as like an afterthought on their greatest hits album. It was like an added track, and if you've never heard it, you're lucky. It's bad. So, Megadeth, yes. Crue, sorry, they sucked.
Okay.
So,
I'm just gonna. Is that your last one? Okay. I'm just gonna briefly mention two of them, and then we can be done with this subject, and maybe we'll come back to this subject when we can do more research or whatever. Cruel Summer by Bananarama. And then they did a version on Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Which was more mellowed out and slowed down by...
And the original by Bananarama was in the Karate Kid.
Yeah, in the movie, yeah. And I can't... Did they use the Cobra Kai version when Miguel and what's-her-face went on a date to mimic the same date
that Daniel and Allie went on? Yeah,
I think
possible.
So.
I couldn't say for certain. It's been a while since I've seen them,
but the one that sings that version is Kari Kimmel, and yeah, I actually like that version. Really slowed down, really mellow, really just trying to put a lot of more depth, into the song instead of just all like lively like Bananarama. So yeah, and then Cobra Kai season 5 in September 9th.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I love that show.
Yeah. Great. Okay, so then the last one I'm going to mention is, do you know who They Might Be Giants are?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember the song Birdhouse in Your Soul?
Can't say that I do, but yeah.
I
know the name They Might Be Giants. I'm not familiar with the music.
Probably one of their more popular songs.
Okay.
And so, do you remember... Now, this is going I don't want to say way back, but the TV show Pushing Daisies.
I
Remember
never
that.
saw it, but I know what
I thought
it
you
is,
watched
yeah.
the pilot.
I don't think I did.
Do you know the concept of it?
They run a funeral parlor, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
running a funeral parlor. This guy can bring people to life for a certain amount of seconds, because then he can retouch them to put them back into death.
Mm-hmm.
But if he keeps them alive, someone else randomly has to die.
Okay.
And it had 2 seasons, and it was supposed to get a third, but then there was the writer's strike of 2007 that just it like they had it ready to go. Like the creator of the TV show really had it mapped out to where season 3 was supposed to go. It's on HBO Max, which I want to rewatch it because I almost completely forgot about it. But Kristen Chenoweth, who is she's a TV actress, but she also does a lot of stage. Like she did Wicked on stage. So she's got the vocal range to do a lot of different types of songs. And she did the duet with Ellen Green. Remember her from Little Shop of Horrors?
Okay.
She was Audrey, right? The female. So they do a duet, and I actually kind of like that version. But I love They Might Be Giants. They have a lot of great songs. You should really check them out. I mean, it's very alternative, I guess. But yeah. So I love They Might Be Giants. We play one of their songs. Surprising, we play one of their songs at the grocery store called Istanbul. Very short, like it's a minute.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And they do a lot of that. They actually have, I forget what the song is called, but there's different snippets that are like 2 seconds to 5 seconds long, and they're all strung together into one song. Okay. It's really weird. But yeah, so check out They Might Be Giants, and but yeah, Birdhouse in Your Soul. It's probably one of their most popular songs.
Okay.
You had something you wanted to surprise me with?
Well, surprising you isn't. I was just wanted to get your reaction out of this.
All right, so I'm ready for now. You want my reaction? So
okay, here we go. Get ready. All right. No, okay. I was having this discussion with my mom earlier today. So, come on.
Sorry.
Have you ever known anybody who was murdered or somebody that committed murder?
Well, you want me to rat them out?
No, I'm just curious if you ever experienced that in your life, somebody that you know that was a victim or the perpetrator in a murder.
Counting myself.
Nice.
What? I mean, you don't know what I've done.
I don't.
So I'm going to say no.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, the reason I ask is, my mom and I are both big fans of like the true crime genre. We watch Dateline, 2020, 48 Hours, all that stuff. And pretty much every episode of those shows is a murder mystery. Mm-hmm. It's a little 2-hour documentary, sometimes 1 hour, of a murder investigation. And they have these episodes every week. And I'm thinking to myself, where are all these murders coming from? Because I vaguely know one person who was murdered and one person who is actually in prison for murder. Actually, two. But it's not something that you see every day, and yet all these TV shows
seems like
have a new murder mystery every week.
Well, because also like Netflix has a lot of murder, and it's just like, like
It's like, where are all these murders coming from? And
Yeah.
why don't I know these people or any of this stuff,
well, I'm sure it probably happens like every day, multiple times in major cities, or even not so major cities, but like it's probably just happening all the time,
Yeah, but the one person I know who was murdered, you might remember her. We worked with her at the Orleans. She was a dealer from Iran. Her husband caught her cheating with another man, shot her dead. The guy ran off. He shot the guy, but he lived. And I can't remember the girl's name. I just remember she was from Iran. She only worked there a brief time, but it was like big news at the Orleans. Like, hey, so-and-so died, and this is what happened.
I don't even remember that.
I remember it like flooring me. And I have an old coworker who murdered his girlfriend. He claimed she pulled the gun on him, and they were fighting over it, and the gun went off.
Yeah, right.
Jury didn't buy it. He's in prison. And actually, my former brother-in-law, my ex-wife's brother, is doing a life sentence for murder. Jesus. He was on a cross-country killing spree. Him and his partner, or whatever it was, they murdered a lady in Ohio, stole her car, drove to Missouri. The car broke down or something, so they murdered another woman for her car. And then they killed a couple in Oklahoma. And finally got caught in New Mexico. Wow. The other guy was executed. He got the death sentence. My ex-wife's brother, because he was only 16 at the time, got a life sentence. And he's still in prison to this day. So that's my experience with that. But I was just thinking.
Nothing with me.
Yeah.
That I know of. I mean, unless I have some family members that I don't know about that are.
Right. But nobody you even like knew casually, someone you went to school with or anything?
I don't think so.
Wow, yeah. Because that's just. So it makes me wonder, where does 2020 and Dateline get all these stories, Is it really that many murders around the country?
There has to be.
Yeah, it scares me a little, It's like...
Well, I mean, what? They've been doing this for what? How long has that show been on?
Oh, I think they're on like season 28 of Dateline, so yeah.
So
2020, I remember seeing when I was a kid.
Yeah. So, but I mean, how long has this been going on for? So it's like, God, yeah. So I mean, there just has to been a lot of murders happening every day, all throughout the year, and just ever since,
Yeah.
not the beginning of time, but I mean, but just. Yeah, so many where they could probably just keep doing another 20 seasons,
Well, people are going to keep getting murdered, apparently. So they'll keep on getting more show ideas for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, just like that that one girl and the boyfriend murdered her in a campsite, and she had a converted van.
Oh, yeah, Gabby Petito. Yeah.
It's just like... And the reason that they caught the guy is because I'm actually subscribed to one of this other travel guys that has a converted van, and he just has a continuously run GoPro on his dashboard, and he just so happened to have it running at the time when he drove by.
Yeah.
When he was parked, the boyfriend was parked on the side of the campground, closing the door just as that murder was happening. It's just like, wow. Like, if he didn't have that camera running, they probably would have never.
Well, they knew he did it anyway, but they didn't have the proof. But
but the catching up to him probably led him just to go and off on himself.
Yeah.
So, but.
Oh, he knew he was screwed. That's why he committed suicide.
But that's, well, I mean, it could probably have been guilt too, even if there was no media coverage of that. But what I'm saying is, like, if that guy didn't have a camera running, like, he could have probably got away with it, So, yeah. So, yeah, it's crazy just that there's, I don't know, so many murders going on where it's
Yeah.
just, good God, you know. I don't know. I mean, it could probably been happening in the 50s too, before we were
might have
born,
been,
you know.
yeah.
And like, maybe not so well, you know, like with social media and with the, you know, so it's like it's more apparent to us, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like maybe just back in the day it was kept quiet.
And I saw a statistic earlier that less than half the murders get solved. So these are like, if you watch 2020 and Dateline, they solved that murder. You know the guy who did
Yeah.
it by the end of the show, and he's in prison. And there's less than half that are actually getting solved. That's kind of freaky, you know.
a lot of cold cases.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh yeah. Wow.
But to this day, it seems really hard to get away with it with technology. They can get you with cell phones. They know you were in the area because your cell phone pinged off that tower.
Oh yeah.
And-
Like it seems like you have to do a lot more extensive work
Yeah.
if you want to get away with
And
it.
DNA work. They're catching people through these DNA sites. People are
Oh,
putting
yeah.
their DNA in, and they're checking those and finding people that are related to the.
Mm-hmm.
They got this DNA sample they know from the killer.
I remember, you know
yeah.
what? I remember when DNA was just becoming a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that back in the day. What was it like in the
Early 90s.
not late 80s?
Could have been, but I know
Okay.
OJ's case was one of the first ones
Yeah.
they mentioned it, and the jury didn't really understand it.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I remember when it was just becoming a thing, and it was just like, yeah, I remember like a game. It could like a game changer.
Mm,
like
it was,
holy
absolutely,
shit.
yeah.
And you're just like, wow. Now, like, there's you can touch something, or you get like
Yeah.
it's
And this
crazy. Yeah.
familial or whatever they call it, DNA, they can match it to somebody they know is related to the killer, and then they can go through a family tree and narrow it down. And they're catching
Crazy,
killers
man.
this way. The Golden State Killer in California, that's how they got him, through one of those DNA sites. One of his relatives had his or her DNA in that system, and they got the match that way. And said, okay, we know the killer's related to this person, and they figured it out from there.
Wow.
Yeah. So the technology is really helping catch killers these
Yeah,
days.
that's crazy.
Yeah, mhm.
That's insane. Okay, so just one more thing, because I actually wanted to do this in the beginning. TV shows that we're watching, and since we're talking about killers, Lincoln Lawyer.
Oh, great show.
Yeah, so on Netflix, it came out a month ago. All episodes released. It's not one of those
Right.
you have to wait every week. Based on the novel.
Yeah, based on the novels. I'm a big Michael Connelly fan. You know that. He wrote all the Bosch books, which is another show we both love, is Bosch.
yeah.
And now the Lincoln Lawyer stuff. So yeah, the movie had Matthew McConaughey, which is just okay, but I
Which-
like the series better.
I have yet to see the movie, and
Yeah.
I want to watch the movie at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So another one I started, and are you caught up with Old Man on Hulu?
I think I watched 2 episodes of that so far.
Because they just this past Friday released episode 5.
Okay, I got some catching up to
And
do then.
so I hate it that you don't even have to do any type of Googling about the show that you want to watch. You could be watching the show and maybe Google picks up on it. And like I was looking through my Google feed for news articles, and then it started spoiling the show for the recent episode coming up. So I hate that.
Yeah.
So-
Any type of social media would do that.
yeah, you just gotta stay away until
Mm-hmm.
you completely watch the show.
Yeah, I go on Facebook and someone totally spoiled an episode I haven't seen yet.
So if you don't want anything spoiled, stay off social media completely until
Right.
you watch your show.
Especially something really popular like Stranger Things, you know.
Well, it's making it more difficult now because they're releasing some TV shows weekly now.
Mhm.
And it's just like, okay, well, now you got to stay off social media for like months on end, you know.
Yeah.
But so are we watching anything else? Like I'm watching Orville, and that gets released every week, which is a pain in the ass, but great show, man. I mean, season 3 right now, and it's completely changed up the whole formula. of how season 1 and 2 were. Great. I mean, sci-fi show. Great. On
the only current
Hulu.
ones for me are The Old Man and Stranger Things. I'm trying to catch up on those. So
I think I've given up on Stranger Things.
yeah,
I have.
this season's decent. I'm enjoying it, but it was so long since the last one. I just like, what the hell's going on again? You
You're
know,
still watching it? Well, I mean, still. I mean, are you still going to watch it? Is what
I
should
plan
say?
to stick it out till the
Okay.
end. I've come this far.
You mean you're going to watch season 5?
Probably.
All right.
I'll see how season 4 ends and what I like about it. And
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll watch the first episode or the first episode of season 4. I know. I want to do Old
Yeah.
Man, and there's other shows I'm trying to watch to catch up on. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. Okay. I think we're done here because you'll probably the people that are watching, you'll probably notice that there's going to be a lot of editing marks because we're having audio issues with
a lot of technical problems this time. But
voice meter is Windows 10. I swear to God, Windows 10 has been acting up with every kind of application, and it's pissing me off. So yeah, if you've stuck it out this long enough, you're going to see a lot of little editing things, and I'm going to try my best to make sure that it's not so apparent, I guess. But
we thank you for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe to Bosco's Toy Box.
Yeah, and hopefully, I mean, I think the next Sunday that we have off, we're going to try to do 595.
Yeah.
But our next available opportunity after that, we're going to try to get another episode in.
Hopefully in the next month or so.
And we'll come up with more topics to talk about, new beers. And I don't know, talk about hot chicks or I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good topic.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, we have that in the pipeline, right?
Okay.
We do. We
All right.
That's one of our shows, but because we are toxic, toxic.
Yeah, that again.
Masculinity, yeah. No, but intoxicated. Okay, so until the next podcast, we will see you then.
Okay.